This presentation is to answer the question, what is PHP? Well, PHP is one of the most popular scripting languages that are used for web development. The cool thing about PHP is it's embedded inside of an HTML page itself. There are special script tags that you'll use to delineate PHP code from HTML code. And its main purpose is to make web pages dynamic. Now, by dynamic, I don't mean cool, although they might be cool when we're done. But the idea of dynamic is to make the display change based on something that perhaps the user inputs, their name, account number, something like that, or perhaps on data that's in the database that we'll hook up to. So dynamic means changing. And the nice thing about PHP is it's going to live on a web page, and those things about the web page and about HTML code that don't change, we're going to just leave them in regular old HTML code. But the PHP stuff will give us new HTML code depending on user input and data in the database. Now, PHP is what they call a server-side language. It's designed to run on a computer server, or a web server, really. It's not deployed locally on your computer. Nobody could get at it if it was. The whole idea of internet is to have other people come to your web pages and run PHP. Now that said, we can develop most of PHP locally on our own computers using special software that I'm going to show you how to install later. It's really easy to learn, and it has one of these great features of being free. You can download it and deploy it, use it, and do anything you want with PHP. We're going to use a special package that lets us get a web server, PHP and MySQL, and a few other tools all together in one fell swoop. And fortunately, it's real easy to do. PHP code, in my opinion, is simpler to learn than other server-side languages. I'm familiar with Java, the Java 2 Enterprise Edition. They run JSPs and servlets and that sort of thing, and that's pretty complex stuff. Also used is Microsoft's ASP, and you have to deal with various Microsoft features to deal with that. All of them work well and do different things on the servers, but PHP is probably the easiest to learn and use. Now you run PHP on a web server, and there's special software, a runtime PHP software, that has to be installed on that server, otherwise PHP will not be processed. PHP, as you're going to find out, is just code that can be inside of an HTML page, may or may not do something that we want to change. Now generally, the output from a PHP program itself is another HTML page, and you'll see how that works. PHP programs are called from one web page and return brand new web pages to the browser as a result. So look at the diagram down here. We have just a little box representing a web page. It starts on your local browser. You click a button or a link, and it calls a PHP program. It does its processing and then renders a brand new web page back to your browser. Let's take a look at a real web page. This is a very simple one. I have it deployed on my website, profperry.com, and it's just Hello PHP. I'm going to refresh the page. Oh, it's blue. Do it again, red, maroon, different colors each time I click the refresh page. The code for this is relatively simple. Let's take a look at it real quick. Just a few lines of PHP code. Don't worry if you don't understand them right now, you will later. Just a few lines of code to get something very simple to happen. Let's look at one more web page. This is a website that I use. This is also written in PHP. Look at the code for that. This is just a little bit of it around line 390, and you can see there's a bit more going on. By the time we're done with the class, you're going to understand most of this. And this is approximately a 1,500-line program. So, there it is. Get ready to learn PHP and do great things.